Hey guys, Darkman here, and welcome to my Rooby Volume 3 review. And geez, it has been a long time. Over a month since I've actually recorded a review. Yeah. So, if you can hear noise in the background, don't worry about it, it's just someone doing stuff, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, this episode, I know I'm a little late on this, hopefully I can... After this, I can quickly catch up, and then I'll be able to get one out each week whenever they come out. Still trying to get everything under control, so I'm going to catch up on Bleach, and Dragon Ball Super, and record some Naruto. And then I also have some episodes of Let's Play recorded, and it's all good. I'm getting it under control. It's fine. It's good. Okay, so, the episode, get to the episode. The episode starts off with Rwby standing at the grave that we see in the Red trailer, you know? And it pretty much confirms the theory I've had that the person from the first opening is Rwby's mom, which is something I've thought, well, I mean, maybe it could be. I think it is. Like, it's basically been confirmed with what we've been shown so far, but yeah. So... But then, and she's sitting there talking to her, and I thought this was a good moment, and I felt like this is how a normal person would react, especially someone like Rwby, who's mainly just a happy person, you know? Yeah. But then her dad shows up, and they have to go to the tournament. And this is where my one problem for the episode comes from, is the 2D images. Because... well, like, one or two of them were really good, you couldn't tell that much. Say on her dad, when he came to pick her up, it was very obvious, because it's a 2D him sitting next to a 3D Zwei, and it just looked very weird with him especially, but the others are, they range from okay to not being that noticeably weird and off-putting, but yeah. And then we get this super cool fight scene, which I think is between Team Rwby and Team Auburn. I think that's their name? Yeah? I don't know. But it's this super cool fight scene. We get some super cool choreography, humor, and really, really good animation. And this fight ends with Yang knocking them all out at the same time. And let me just say, when Rwby froze that one guy's feet, he just looked so depressed, which is, I almost burst out laughing at that part just because I thought, like, oh, that guy, this must happen to him sometimes because he just looked so depressed. He just looked so depressed when that happened. It was freaking amazing. I loved it. And after the fight ends, they go through, they're heading out to get food or whatever after the fight when Emerald shows up. And I bet she probably pickpocketed him and said, so then she could talk to him about it, like saying like, oh, I found this of yours, this is, you know, whatever. So they talk, and Rwby says that they haven't really seen their team ever, and she says that's because they're a little, and well, Rwby says that they should go out to lunch or grab something to eat together, and Emerald says that they're all a little socially awkward, and they turn around and oddly enough, I feel like it's the best animated scene when, like, Emerald's, like, looking over. I'll put a picture of it up. But yeah, I feel like that's the best animated scene of the entire episode for some reason. And when they turn around, they see Mercury sitting there, like, sniffing shoes and putting them back. And then they're just like, yeah, I can see that. But then it's also revealed that, I should probably explain how the tournament rules work. So it's going to be, like, 4-person first rounds. Then they choose 2 to go into the next round, and then 1 person to go into the next round, I think. Yeah. I think that's how it's going to go. And Rwby's team decided on Yang and Weiss, which I feel like Yang would be 100%, but then I feel like everyone else is basically the exact same kind of skill level and stuff. Like, so you think like, well, Blake would be really good because of this, and this, but then Weiss, she's also a good mix because of everything that she has, and then Rwby's just really good at kind of everything, so then they'd all be good. I'm okay with who they picked, but Yang had to be like 100% certainty because she's good, the best fighter on the team, at least I think. Yeah. Yeah, my mouth was super dry. So, then, when they're at the shop, at the place getting food, they see the guy from the dust shop there, which is just like, either he runs everything in all of Remnant secretly behind the shadows, or he's like Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny, where there's just like millions of him, and eventually there's going to be like a picture of them all standing there wearing the exact same outfit and everything. So if that happens, I'm going to either laugh. Either one of those things happens, I'm going to laugh pretty hard at that. Especially if it turns out that he's the main antagonist behind the entire show. Yeah. It's pretty funny. And we get some comedy from Blake, because Yang, Weiss, and Rwby all get the same thing, even though Weiss tries to order something else. But then Blake just like nods at the shopkeeper and brings out this giant bowl of fish, and we finally get some comedy from Blake. But early in the episode, Weiss got a call from her father. She refused to answer it, and now she's cut off from the money. So when she goes to pay for lunch, she can't. And when when Blake's trying to like slide her bowl off the thing, and the shopkeeper just quickly comes and takes it, that's pretty freaking funny. And then Team Juniper shows up, and they decide to get lunch and pay for it. And we see that Ren's new voice, because as we all know, Monty passed. Yeah. So there's no voice for Ren, so they called in his brother. So, and then we get like some comedy, like Nora being like, oh, we can totally win the next round. We have Piro, who's a world-renowned fighter, Ren, who's basically a ninja, me, who can bench like 10 of me, and whatever John does. And the worst part of that is that John agrees with it, which is both depressing and hilarious at the same time. I loved it. And then that's basically where the episode ends. Well, no, because like there's also like a ship flying over that they notice. Is that an episode? No, that's an episode 1, yeah. But I feel like this was a great start to open Rwby up back on with, because we got everything. We got good animation, we got good action, we got good music, and oh, the music that plays during the fight scene is freaking great. Also, I should probably talk about the new opening intro. I like the song, but I don't like it as much as the first one, and nowhere near as much as the second one, which is my favorite opening out of the three. But I still feel like the third one's pretty stinking good. It's a good song. If you want to download it whenever that's available, I don't know if it's available yet or when this gets posted, but whatever. You should probably download it if you like it. Yeah, it's a pretty good song. But yeah, this episode basically has everything. Good comedy, good action, good animation, good music. It has everything that a Rwby fan likes. Yeah, that's basically all I have for this one. See you guys in episode 2 or in the Rwby chapter, whichever one I'm reviewing after this. I don't know.